Hi, we're back here at school today. Now, one or two things. Well, these are bananas, and as you were probably explained before, bananas grow from something the size of a conker, but you never see in a bunch of bananas, simply because of the fact that they don't have them. The fruit doesn't have seeds. These bananas do. This is Mosa cinquemensis, I believe. It's meant to be almost hardy, but we'll see. Now, the thing I wanted to talk to you about was something else we can grow in the kitchen. This. Now, this is the baby one of them. Thems are pineapples. Now, pineapples vary an awful lot. Some of them are a little bit tougher to grow than others. Some have bigger fruit than others. Some have really tiny fruit. The dwarf variety, if you can get hold of it, is fantastic for growing on a windowsill. However, these are just ordinary pineapples. And what you do is you take your pineapple top, as we've done there. You take all the fleshy bits off it and just cut it so it's the solid leafy bit at the base. And then you pull as many leaves off as you can, so you've got like a bulb looking roundish base to it. Then you leave it to dry out for a few days, and then you put it in some compost. And if you haven't got a particularly warm room, stick it in a plastic bag, but you can grow them in the kitchen. Another thing we mentioned from the kitchens was them, and that is a lemon. Now, there's a lemon, and that's a kumquat. She's like a lemon, but you eat it with the skins on. It's quite strong flavoured, but makes great marmalade. And then at the back there, that's something you see as a house plant. That's something called a calamondin orange, and you can see a little orange there. It's only fit for marmalade, extremely bitter, but it's still nice to see. And the nice thing about all the citrus plants, even when you grow them from tiny little pips, or if you can see down in the corner there is my, right in the centre of the picture, if I can point it out. That is my Sicilian coastal lemon, and that came out of a box of lemons I bought from a supermarket, and there was an extra twig in there, so I stuck it in, and I've been growing it for a couple of years now, and hopefully it will start to take off soon. I may have to graft it though. These two are grafted plants, and you can see that there is the graft union. You can see it's subtly a different colour from the rest of the bush. Just makes it a lot faster and a lot better to handle. You can see it quite clearly, and even how it's been grafted on this kumquat. And if you see there's a slight V shape in the stem, and that's the graft union. The kumquat was grafted. So we've got these. You can grow all these from pips. Now, you've seen, I've shown you before on one of the other grow joes, the picture of the monkey puzzle trees, but from pips you can also grow figs. You can also grow date palms. Date palms are surprisingly easy, and so they're always worth a try. Kiwi fruit, believe it or not, we've not tried them yet, so we will try them here. I've tried them at home and they grow quite well. And that's it really for the citrus. You can try growing grapefruit, but grapefruit have to get an enormous tree before you get a grapefruit on it, but they will flower, and the flowers are extremely sweet smelling and really nice to have around. So I want you to look around your cupboards, I want you to look around at home, find what else you can grow, and then try growing it, and then let's have a little bit of a competition. The most unusual thing to grow. I remember once I tried a nutmeg. Now, nutmegs are not easy to grow, and I never managed it, but I tried. Brazil nuts usually are cooked when they come in the country, but sometimes they aren't cooked. They're usually a little bit mouldier looking, but they're straight out of the, well, they come in a great pod the size of a cannonball that falls off a very tall tree. So give it a try if you can find these things. And then you go to one of the, I don't know, more unusual world food shops, and you can find yams, sweet potatoes, all sorts of other things to grow in the vegetable section. Just ask and buy one, stick it in a pot, see what happens. I've had some absolutely fantastic plants grow from yams. The usual yam is Discoria barbata, which grows into a vine with little heart-shaped leaves, which is great fun. That will take over half your conservatory, and they're beautiful looking leaves as well. But there's several other sorts of yams as well, and all of these different things can be grown, and some of them are quite interesting. Everything from cassava to eddos and whatever name they give them, because these things are grown all over the world, mainly in the tropics, so we don't see them that much, but they are great fun to grow. So I'm going to leave you there. It's a shorter grow, Joe, but I really did push the boat out yesterday. It took me ages to upload it. So we're going to look at other things we can grow, and if I see something that looks good, like I saw ginger the other day, I'm going to put it in and have a go. And sometimes, if you're really lucky, you'll find a ginger called galingale, and that again is a nice one to grow. But that's an unusual one. You can see it in paste in Sainsbury's, but getting a root is quite difficult. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I want you to go through your kitchen cupboards, all the kitchen, all the veg, and let's see what we can grow. And I'll talk to you another Grow Joe tomorrow.